The notion that the mainstream media is working with scientists to lie to Christians is a complex and multifaceted issue. To understand this concept, it's essential to examine the relationship between the media, science, and religion. The media plays a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing people's perceptions of various issues, including science and religion. Scientists, on the other hand, are responsible for conducting research and providing evidence-based information on various topics. In recent years, there has been a growing concern among some Christian communities that the mainstream media and scientists are collaborating to promote a secular and liberal agenda that contradicts Christian values. This perceived collusion is often linked to issues like evolution, climate change, and LGBTQ+ rights. Some Christians believe that the media and scientists are intentionally distorting or hiding facts to undermine their faith and promote a godless worldview. One of the primary reasons for this perceived bias is the difference in worldview between Christians and the mainstream media. Many Christians hold a biblical worldview that sees the world as created by God, with a clear moral framework and purpose. In contrast, the mainstream media often operates from a secular humanist perspective, which emphasizes human reason, science, and individual freedom. This fundamental difference in worldview can lead to conflicts and misunderstandings, with some Christians feeling that the media is hostile to their beliefs. Another factor contributing to this perceived bias is the media's tendency to prioritize sensationalism and controversy over balance and accuracy. The media often focuses on dramatic and attention-grabbing stories, which can create a distorted view of reality. In the context of science and religion, this can lead to the amplification of fringe voices and the marginalization of Christian perspectives. For example, the media may give more attention to outspoken atheist scientists who criticize Christianity than to Christian scientists who contribute to their fields while maintaining their faith. The issue of evolution is a prime example of the perceived bias against Christians. Many Christians reject the theory of evolution, seeing it as incompatible with their biblical worldview. However, the scientific consensus overwhelmingly supports evolution as the best explanation for the diversity of life on Earth. The media often presents evolution as a fact, without acknowledging the controversy and debate that exists within the Christian community. This can create the impression that the media is promoting a secular and anti-Christian agenda, rather than providing a balanced and nuanced discussion of the issue. Climate change is another area where the media's perceived bias can be seen. Some Christians are skeptical of climate change, seeing it as a natural phenomenon or an exaggeration. However, the scientific consensus is clear: human activities are significantly contributing to climate change, and urgent action is needed to mitigate its effects. The media's emphasis on the urgency of climate change can be seen as a threat to Christian values, particularly those related to economic freedom and individual responsibility. Despite these concerns, it's essential to recognize that the mainstream media is not a monolithic entity, and not all scientists are working together to lie to Christians. There are many scientists who are Christians, and many media outlets that strive to provide balanced and accurate reporting on science and religion. The issue is complex, and it's essential to approach it with nuance and understanding. In conclusion, the notion that the mainstream media is working with scientists to lie to Christians is a complicated and multifaceted issue. While there are valid concerns about bias and sensationalism in the media, it's essential to recognize that the relationship between science, religion, and the media is complex and influenced by various factors. By promoting greater understanding, nuance, and dialogue between Christians, scientists, and the media, we can work towards a more informed and respectful public discourse. Ultimately, it's crucial to approach these issues with empathy, critical thinking, and a commitment to truth, rather than relying on conspiracy theories or simplistic narratives.